Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the roof on fire. Now, baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire. Tell her, baby, 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 I'm on fire. I tell her, baby, 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 I'm a fireball.
Hello, välkommen, welcome to the stream. We are live here on twitch.tv and I am yours truly. Y'all get the Rolls the Wolf 36. Happy Friday! Happy Friday! It is our favorite day here in the Blanket Fort. It is Mass Effect Friday, and we are going to continue where we left off at last time. Last week we started our brand new Shepherd. We got our illustrious mod Gold in here as our new Shepherd. So we finally boarded the Normandy. So what we're gonna do is we are likely gonna be spending this whole stream exploring what we can, doing all the side quests that we can before we go do our first mission, which will be on Terra Nova. Maybe I'll do that first, but I may do that last, and then after the side quest, and then after that we're gonna go find Liara on Therum. So without further ado, we have people to talk to because I didn't talk to anyone last time, so we're gonna do that.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Okay, so for context, there was a comic that illustrated how, or that showed the story how Joker became the pilot of the Normandy. And now he is there for the to put it in the words of General Invictus, who was there for the test run before the shakedown, when Joker pretty much hijacked the Normandy and evaded all the testings and all the drones to basically capture him. He said, for the sake of our peace treaty and our alliance, you better make him the pilot of the Normandy.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow. Too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack. It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make him dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Also, something I want to remind everyone here is that for 100 bits and for 20 seconds, you can change my voice to whatever is available on the soundboard. And if that integration is still not working, feel free to let me know and I'll take some time after to fix it.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures. Hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
There's actually people alive to this day with brittle bone disease. Eventually, even though I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen in my lifetime, it'll be 100 years before Mass Effect 1. Because Mass Effect 1 takes place in the year 2183. It is currently 2025. And in another, I want to say 40 years or less, it will be 2085 or something. And yeah, I'm gonna be close to 90.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Interacting with everything that you can gives you XP.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
It looks like I'm having network errors. That's real nice.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop it. We don't need their help.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Carry on, Navigator. The good news is I want to tell people is I found my copy of Mass Effect Revelation. So I'll make sure that that is ready for when we finish Mass Effect 1. It is tradition here that I read out the final section of the book for y'all as soon as we finish this game. Because like I said before, Saren is a complex character and I love taking apart the layers. And this will shine an interesting light on him if y'all haven't read the comics.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Imagine sleeping in one of these things when you need a few winks. I don't know if this is comfy, but it kind of reminds me of a cryopod They must make it nice and cold to help you fall asleep. We also need to do crew, crew gear.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
Not right now, thanks.
No problem. Keep checking back.
It's our boy Garrus, but this run is a Liara
Thanks for bringing
romance.
me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSAC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSAC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling...
Maybe this is
was
the
typical.
cue to invest in some
couldn't take it.
podcast gear. Because I can use podcast gear for streaming. I have a lot of research to do.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Sorry if y'all hear noise. I was finishing some tea and then my order from Smoothie King came in.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Commander,
What's your opinion on the last mission?
kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Unfortunately, because of a Star Wars reference, we are keeping Ash alive.
Dismissed, Chief.
As much as I despise her, our illustrious Gold really, really likes Star Wars. And I want to give him a good laugh.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
Seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
I forgot to get a notebook. I'll have to make sure to get it out. Helps to keep track of where I've been.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch has raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million warriors in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to...
I'm wondering if I should do Liara immediately, but nah, I want to get better stuff.
To increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Does this unit have a soul?
So bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that
I mean, look at the American Revolution.
More than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out.
Yet the Quarians essentially tried to play God. You never play as the Almighty God. There's only one, and that's him.
Killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them.
They didn't kill Sarah.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay, I don't know about y'all, but we should probably do some exploring. Don't you think? But yeah, I'm tempted to get Liara first. And then do everything else. Serpent Nebula. Look at this. Our entire galaxy. Uh-oh. Ooh, excuse me. It's like I get sneezier and sneezier, but all allergies are a real thing. I'm trying to look for my notepad app. I have Obsidian up right now, but I use Obsidian for something else. It's important for me to be able to keep track of where I've been, because you can't easily track that kind of stuff in the first game. Alright, so we're in Hawking Ada. Then we're gonna go explore Sentry. It's kind of strange now to me that
Coming in, Commander. Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hawking Ada cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
Gaming for Jesus. Hello, hello. Welcome, Raiders. Let's see. My name is Rose the Wolf. On Fridays we play Mass Effect, and I'm a follower of Christ, and I obeyed the gospel 6 years ago, and I've happily been a servant since. Love from one Christian to another. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How are you doing, my good sir? How was stream? And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Blanket for Gaming for Jesus.
Followers were biotics?
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though.
Did you have? I hope you had a good stream. Playing Fortnite. Nice.
Many biotics feel marginal.
I don't play Fortnite. I look down on the game honestly, but I'm glad that hopefully you guys had good games and you guys had fun.
Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. You can't let him go on like this.
We've been playing Borderlands this whole week, but on Fridays the tradition of playing Mass Effect on Fridays stemmed back to when I was still in college for several years.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
Now all I want to do is just play Borderlands 4, but hopefully you have a good evening. Make sure you eat dinner. What are you gonna eat for dinner?
Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he and his followers killed them.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluation
Sure, yeah.
showed he couldn't handle
Well, it's
stress
Friday.
and command anymore.
It's getting colder.
Discharge and early retirement.
Maybe a good day to get some soup if you have Cafe Zupas nearby you. You could totally get some delicious soup and a sandwich. Or you can get some Mexican food or some curry. It's all good.
I might be able to end this without violence.
You, sir, am I listening? He's already killed 2 Alliance representatives. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
We did. Wait, we did. I don't remember choosing that backstory. Because you get the reputation of ruthless, or to get that you had to choose the reputation of ruthless, and we didn't, because you would be called the the butcher of Torfan, where you just slaughtered a bunch of Batarians, if you will. Let's see. Pressra. Let's land. Okay, let's get Garrus, and let's get... Fine, we'll give Caden some ground time. Caden is more effective. Teammate, especially since we're already a soldier build. But, yeah, but unfortunately... we're probably gonna give him up. Okay, I see now. Okay, yeah, there's a Thresher Maw right here. We're not gonna bother him. So abandoned camp up here. Man, there's a lot for me to relearn this game. Usually it's months before I revisit a Mass Effect game because I take so much time with each one to find everything and do everything, because what you do matters in the next game. Mass Effect 2 is no exception. I make sure to do everything in that game as much as I loathe to play it. We'll get to that in a bit. The physics feels so bouncy. I don't even remember this. It's kind of weird. I'm a Christian gamer, also a podcast streamer. You're a podcast streamer, so that means y'all just do podcasts on stream? Awesome. I've been looking into a new mix amp because the Fifine one I got finally gave way. Now my audio sounds horrible. So I'm researching a new mix amp, while also doing my best to save money because I finally invested some money in an asset that I've been wanting to put in for a really long time. And we're finally able to make it happen. It's been, I think, 2 or 3 days since I put in the order. I want a surprise. I want it to be a surprise for when it finally arrives. But I'm just super excited for it. The only other people that know about it are the moderators we keep here in the Blanket Fort. Imagine that being burned up by cosmic radiation. Horrible way to go. Real horrible way to go. Because you're burning up, but you're also suffocating from no oxygen. You're not choking. Choking means you would have had something lodged in your throat. You're just suffocating because there's a lack of air. Alrighty, let's head to the biotic compound and deal with this cult. Cults are no bueno. No bueno whatsoever.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle
Alrighty.
wants nothing more to
Love
do
you
with the
too,
Alliance.
brother. Thank you for stopping in and thank you for the raid. You enjoy the rest of your evening and have a blessed day.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle, and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you're endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
I'm going to trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
Violence isn't always the answer. And I feel another. Why is it that sneezes always try to come and when you try to allow them to have them, they go away and it's like, ugh. Yeah, excuse me. And I just realized, why is the Mako cannon not centered? I hope y'all had a good week. Been through some hardships and a lot of pain this past week. But I think things are starting to look up a little bit and I can progress further on the path. Hope deferred brings the heart pain. Just this deferment of employment has been hurting me and causing my parents a lot of pain and anger. But through a lot of prayer and just giving space, not just for my sake but for theirs, I think God softened their hearts and maybe mine too. Because I don't want to blame people for my problems. It's not right to do. All you can do is just give grace. think Shepard froze.
Just lead the way.
That was weird. I keep thinking the button I'm pressing is the boost button, but it's not. I have to remember that. Just look at that sky. Look at outer space. Oh. They're already shooting at us. Oh my gosh, I hate Caden's helmet so much. Okay, we explored everything on Pressra.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed. Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident. We'll make sure he gets the help he needs. To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was going to end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
Alright, I think I already visited that. Argos Row. We're going to Hydra. Before we head over to Phoenix. We're going to the Hydra system in Argos Row.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. An emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
is tempting to go to ReachCon, but down in Orlando, but I just don't have the money for it. And I don't have anyone to watch the kitties while I'm gone too. Would be a huge honor to be able to go and meet people. Once the clock hits 7:30, I'm gonna initiate a break time. Try to take care of some dishes. And I stretch my legs. I made some more headway on finding collectibles in my first save in Borderlands 4. What'll probably happen is after the final Let's Play, or I guess the quote-unquote final one, where we beat the Timekeeper boss, I may just have a compilation or 2 or 3 of random interactions in the game after, finding collectibles, etc. But I want to be clear in that I'm not including the Marcus bobbleheads, if you will. At some point I will make an attempt to do the Guac is Extra achievement in that game. Tronic skill too low. Okay. Come on, Tally. You're coming with me. Yay! Let's go. Not gonna lie, I was sorely tempted to just be like, no, let's not play Mass Effect, let's play Borderlands, but we have a schedule to keep up here. And the tradition still stands for now that on Fridays we play Mass Effect in here. Once a week does get a bit tiresome, but at the same time it's better than daily, unless you're just like uber fixated on a game right now, and for me that's just Borderlands. As I fill the void, as I fill the vacuum left by Halo. Because I used to play so much Halo, grinded it out. Y'all would see the frustration of not being able to get up to Diamond, or at least just stay in Diamond, because I've touched Diamond numerous times. But everyone's just like, no. And the game's just like, no. I don't know why. It's frustrating. Oh my gosh. But honestly, we don't need that stress anymore. It's not important. And it was super freeing to be able to get away from all that. I don't know what they're doing to the franchise anymore. And it's kind of sad that they're just trying to reboot the whole thing rather than just continue it and try to finish it, so to speak. And even if they did try to soft reboot it, would they even be able to bring back David Scully as Sergeant Johnson? Would they even be able to get him back in the spotlight, or at least get him back into acting? I don't even know if he's still acting anymore. So, if I'm remembering right, there's a Thresher Mall here. And I hate going up against Thresher Malls, but they need to be done. Or it could be... I don't know. I know there's a couple here that are protected, well, quote unquote protected by Thresher Malls, because you're at a Thresher Mall nest. They're not fun to fight. And I've had one instance where a Thresher Maw actually got under my Mako, and he killed me instantly. It was an instant death that he got under my Mako and just shot me over into the air, and I died. There we go. Tomorrow I'll probably make some brisket in the Instant Pot, and then we'll have to have even more fun playing.
Looks like the signal's coming from that wreckage.
Careful, Commander. I've got a bad feeling about this. Careful. It's a trap.
Yep, nothing left except physics objects. As far as I know, that's all that there is. Let's see. Wake here for a minute. Unbeaten Circus! Hello, hello! How are you? I have some things I need to catch up on. Because I've just been locked in. Mass Effect 1, Rainbow Solid Jack Doppelganger, Wake here for a minute 2. Well, that's cool, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the VOD channel. Let's see, Mass Effect 1? Mass Effect 1 is still my favorite, in addition to Mass Effect Andromeda. It's going good so far. How are you, though? About this vehicle existing as it's alright. Remember that the playthroughs will be on the VOD channel. They aren't already. And there will be more of them to be put out there, older ones, once I get this drive fixed. but that'll be like a couple $1,000s. That's alright. Usually we begin a new iteration after, I want to say 8 to 12 months. Like 8 to 12 months-ish. Usually takes about a year for me to get through all 4 games. It also depends on whether or not I actually stream that day, because sometimes something happens, I'm not able to stream on a Friday. But I'm glad that you're doing great. Kinram. They are... Wait, did they... Yes, we got everything. Okay, off to the Phoenix system. Level 70, nice. Watashi. Mass Effect is truly the completionist dream game. And Borderlands 4 really appeals to that. Yeah, I got that one. Tuntao. I want to give Rex some time to play. Yeah, Athena's very tanky when she's up 70. Nice. People could probably tell you how much fun we've been having as Amon, because we elected to do a completely different build of Amon. We did the throwing axes, and I think we decided to focus on his forge hammer specialization. And that's been a hoot. I've also been going through my first save to get all the achievements and collectibles and stuff, so that way I don't have to do it again.
Clear.
Watching the VOD, I was thinking you were going to be picking Vex, but Amon is interesting. Most people don't know this. I was reading that it seemed like most people are picking Amon. But apparently Vex and Amon have the best lines in the game. But I don't know, I looked at Vex and I thought she looked pretty lame.
I know who runs this place.
Have you been here before?
No, but I was planning to come here before you and I met. This place belongs to a Turian scum named Todd Actus. It's a long story, but he's got something that belongs to me.
Well, what is it?
Family armor. It's been with us for over 5 generations. Turian military took it from my father's father after the war. Somehow this ass wound up with it. I want it back.
We'll get it back. Now let's move.
Right behind you.
Yeah, Amon I've been loving. Amara was the funner siren.
Enemy is everywhere!
Now I'm ready. Bring it on.
Go, go,
sir. Rex? Where is he?
Go, go, go!
Oh, well, I can't raise you. Let's see. Sorry for start your stream at 6 p.m. Okay. Hi, Office Demon. How are you doing, sir? How's your ankle? That's alright. There's a reason I put out a tweet whenever I go live. And of course, I know my Discord server. Puts out a notification when I go live too. Missed your response stream was buffer. No worries. No worries about not being on time. There's a reason I always put out a tweet, and there's a reason why my server always puts out a notification in the Discord. This is what I mean for those that don't know. The Ultimate Blanket Fort. Come join. We're nice and cozy in here. It's fun. We all have good vibes. I need to generate more Omnigel.
This is it. I can't believe my ancestors wore this piece
Your
of
Mo's
crap,
message?
but at least I've got it back.
Not sure I understand.
I'm glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like Shepard.
We love you too, Rex. I said I picked Mo's over Amara on my playthrough in Borderlands 3. Oh, you picked Mo's. I see it now. I get that. I wasn't sure who I wanted to pick. I wasn't really aware of all the classes they had in Borderlands 3. But I saw Amara and I'm like, okay, you know, she looks really cool. I built her to be super broken, but Gold would be the first to correct me and say, no, I made her lore accurate. She is absolutely overpowered with how I built her. By the way, Office Demon, if you're still there, Seb asked me if there were any updates, and I told him there kind of is, but I'm waiting to get on the phone with my parents to really have something solid. But for the first time in maybe all my life or in several years, I feel seen and heard and actually being taken seriously by my parents. Well, dialogue too, that's another reason. I love the character development they've done for Amara. In Borderlands 3, she was super full of herself, believing she was the best. She was super cocky. In Borderlands 4, they've humbled her a little bit. It should have seemed outright, maybe a bit blasphemous, but to me, that was character development. Apparently that was supposed to be Ava in Borderlands 4, not Amara, but they completely cut Ava out of the game, which I guess in a way made Maya's death meaningless unless they bring in Ava in the next game or in the DLC. But 6 years certainly knows how to humble like a 13, 14-year-old.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
They made Zane kind of the same, but a bit more grown up, too. So you're dropping frames on... The bitrate is fine. What's going on here? Your microphone is unmuted but has no signal. The thing is, I am hardwired to my router box directly, but I'm wondering if I should have just stayed at Wi-Fi, but I do have a mesh, but I packed it away. I'm sorry, y'all. But no, everything here is like, so far I don't see anything happening on my end. All systems green, so to speak. But I know we're gonna initiate break time in a bit, so I can stretch my legs and take care of dishes. But I'll do a systems check also then. I'm wondering if my mic's being stupid. This mic is gray. Everything just made a better difference with the mix amp. But it'll be a bit before I can really order that. Of course, the electronic skill is too low. Alright, let's go get Tally and bring her down here. Do you know how to run a tracer? No, but let me see. But I don't even know what I run a tracer for. Alrighty, let's go back in and we can have a higher electronics. Alrighty, Ambient Circus. Thank you for the lurk. And make sure you get some dinner in you, get some food in you. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if my internet is being dumb. But maybe I'll put in a support ticket and just say, yo, you're robbing me of my money. I'm paying for a gig of internet. I had to do that, I think, once in Utah. And they came out and fixed it. Getting the internet set up out here was such a joke. I made an appointment, the fiber technician guy came out, couldn't find where the fiber cable was for Google. But I think he spent too much time ogling me. So then the repair technician came in and said this guy's an idiot, pretty much. And found it instantly, and then the fiber guy came back and we got everything set up. And it took like all day. It was down for a lot of people like 2 days ago. I think I remember that. That was when YouTube did like their big whole update. Because I noticed they've updated a lot of the GUI. Everything looks and feels different. And I know that I'm going to be running a lot of tests on the stream once this asset comes in. I'm super excited for it. I've been wanting something like this I want to say a few years now, maybe 1 or 2 years now. And then I was finally able to afford it. And it's currently in production right now. I'm not gonna say what it is just yet, though. Because I don't stream with the face cam, but soon enough you'll be able to see me and my reactions. In the hopes that doesn't look like I'm flat out ignoring y'all. I just tend to lock in. You can show me late in a bit if you want to, or during break time. Let's just go after these this thing, and then we'll head back to the Normandy and we'll initiate a break time. But for context, I stream with Streamlabs. I've been slowly trying to migrate off of Streamlabs. And the eventual goal is to be fully weaned off of Streamlabs and to integrate into OBS and run dual PCs. So have a computer specifically for streaming and to capture whatever's on my gaming rig, which will be used to run the games itself. Like that's the eventual goal. Come on, we gotta do a cinematic here. I gotta do the thing for y'all. Aw, yeah. Wait. Aw, yeah. I had to do the bit for y'all. Okay, let's head back to the Normandy and let's initiate a quick break time. Alrighty, I'm gonna stretch my legs and get some more water and do a check on systems, and when we get back, we will continue on exploring. So let's break.
So long since I've seen you, it's been a while. Searching, I'm still searching for a smile. The distance there is between us doesn't ease the pain, no matter how far away you are. In my mind, your eyes remain. Every night I see you in my dreams, and there you'll stay, tearing myself to pieces, knowing things will never be the same. Your love is all I ever wanted to know. Moving on, it's hard to do when you can't seem to find the road. I'm so lost in the memories of yesterday. So here I am, talking to your stone, all alone, running out of things to say. Every night I see you in my dreams, and there you'll stay, tearing myself to pieces, knowing things will never be the same.
Sorry for taking a lot longer. Thank you guys for waiting. So we did run some checks. My internet is fine. So, it looks like everything is just on Twitch's end, so I'm sorry if y'all are having a bad night trying to watch Twitch. Is that probably two main things I truly know for epicness? I'm gonna argue and say that Mass Effect 1 had the better OST, in my opinion. At least there's more songs from the first game that are on my playlist, or my personal playlist, than Mass Effect 2 and 3. I feel like there's only one song in Mass Effect Andromeda I really liked, and it was the romantic ambiance. Okay, let's go to Kepler Verge next. We're going to Newton.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some information I thought you'd want to see, Commander. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
Former scientists? Sounds like someone has a project they'd like to keep secret.
We found a connection between the scientists and you. They all worked on a classified project several years ago on a cruise.
This can't have anything to do with what happened to me on the cruise.
Those Thresher Maws killed dozens of soldiers. If this was more than just an accident, we need to know. Commander, Shepard, what you do with this is up to you. I just thought you'd want to know. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
On to ROM. You know what, I'm just gonna bring Tally. Just because of the electronics thing. I do have good news if I haven't said so already. My computer is just fine, my work computer. It just needed a software update and a firmware update as to why it just keeps restarting itself. So I'll be back to working on the Let's Plays, and I'm gonna try to work on a repo video next. And I'm gonna be working on all newer recordings I make for the time being until I can get this drive fixed. Or at least until I can make the money to get this drive fixed. Helium-based drives are not cheap, but I'm thinking about creating like my own backup network, if you will, that I can use to basically hold all my assets and all my recordings. So I can be able to just, instead of just having to use a drive pipeline, put all my recordings on a drive and just take it to and from each computer from my rig to my work desktop, I can just have stored up on this cloud that's run here at home, and it'll be right there, and I don't have to do anything about it. I'm gonna probably do a lot of research on this. I'm not techie or IT specialized in any way. There's a reason I pretty much it's pretty much why I flunked out of computer science fresh out of high school. I don't know anyone can work with computers or technology, but there are just some that can, and for that, I respect them. They're able to grasp that kind of stuff quickly. We all think differently. I just think more creatively, more artistically, and I just love to storytell. I tried to dual stream over NDI, but the audio was messed up. Oof. For a while, I did used to dual stream to YouTube and on Twitch, but I had to pay money to be able to do that on Streamlabs, and OBS doesn't support that, so I'll probably keep streaming to Twitch and keep all videos I make on YouTube. But clips and highlights here will get created as shorts. Like here, I'll just put this here for y'all. There is a VOD channel. I don't remember if I linked it in my about or not. I need to remember to do that. There's some VODs that I do need to check for, because back then when I had my first overlays that I made myself, my first scenes I made myself, it incorporated dialogue early on in the intros, and the people I used to stream with were not exactly friendly. So I do have to do a check, do a censor on those. Sorry, animal. And make sure I put in a discretion warning. And I did have an incident where someone did drop the very bad N word on stream. I had to stop it immediately and disconnect my stream after that and delete the VOD. I still have it saved in my archives, but that was just a big ol' mess. Oh, thank you for the sub. Yeah, you can definitely see how my skills as a video editor has evolved since then, and how much I, as in Rose, have changed over the years. There's a thunderstorm over there. One thing I still need to remember to do is plan the final bits of our annual Extra Life charity stream, which will be in December. We're gonna raise money for all the kids in the hospitals, so that way they can have the best Christmas ever, and I still need to research which one is my local hospital, unless I fundraise for the Intermountain Primary Children's Care Hospital in Salt Lake City, Utah. To figure out what my nearest hospital is here in Georgia. Oh! Okay, bye. Oh dear.
Area secured.
Now we're starting to see better gear.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help!
Shut up! You don't get to lie. You don't... Shepard? My God. Shepard, is that you?
Toombs? But you were on a Akuz. I saw the Thresher mob pull you under.
They took me, Shepard. The scientists.
You can't prove any of this! This man is delusional!
See, they were running tests on the Thresher moths. They let those things hit us just to watch and study. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
Toombs, I didn't see anybody. If I'd seen you, I'd have come back for you, I swear.
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial.
He was there! You bastard! He knows the truth! They're part of some organization, Cerberus, that runs secret tests like this. They treated me like a lab animal. This man deserves to die, Shepard. For you, for me, for everyone else in the unit. Are you with me?
Are you serious? Are you serious about this? Oh.
I can arrest him. He'll answer for his crimes in court.
Weren't you listening? He was part of a secret organization. I don't know what Cerberus is, but they'll never let their operation become public. This is the only way. Are you helping me, or are you killing me?
Come on, man. You know what? We're about to have a big first here on the stream. I don't like not having enough Paragon or Renegade for this, but I think I have no choice in the matter.
If what you're saying is true, then pull that trigger. I won't stop you.
Mr. Toombs, please! We had no choice!
I play this game every time and I learn something new.
Avenge them, Shepard. Our unit can finally rest in peace. I can finally let go. The vids say that you were the sole survivor of what happened at Akuz.
Wait.
Who am I to argue?
No. No, I'm just sad. Dang it. So they both die if you don't have enough Paragon or Renegade. Yeah, see, I couldn't upgrade them anymore. Well, guess there's nothing I can do about it. I could restart it to get the save and make it right, but we're playing through this game and I will live with the consequences. I like to get the good ending on everything. What? I hope you can rest in peace, soldier. Over here, then here, then here, and then here.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. It's unfortunate both the Doctor and Toombs died, but I know you did your best under the circumstances. I hope this helped you find some peace, Commander. Thank you. Fifth Fleet out.
first time ever I've been humbled in my seeking to either be solely Paragon or solely Renegade. I'm sad, but we'll be fine. Kepler Verge. Okay, to the Armstrong Nebula.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy, Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skillian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
If the stream is really bad for you guys, what I might do is cut stream early. I don't want to, but if I'm not able to give you a quality product, then I at least want to stop it and then take time to make it right. Maji. Oh no. Okay. There we go. We had to find better purchase. Another thing with this big old revamp here on my streams, I can't wait to give you guys the full lore on how I created Rose here. And what her backstory is. It's taken on a few different forms in AUs over the years, or alternate universes. But it's still bound by the canons established. in the Star Fox universe. And then once we're finished exploring Maji, we're going to take the time to cycle out equipment that I got and what my crews got. And then convert the weaker stuff to Omnigel. Because you can never have enough Omnigel in this game. And I think they realized that was a mechanic that would essentially break their game, and then they had to take it out for Mass Effect 2, 3, and Andromeda, which kind of made me sad. Beryllium.
You lead, I'll follow.
I'm pretty good now about making sure these VODs go up, but there's a lot of older VODs that go as far back as 2022, some 2023. So I at least want to make sure that that gets put into the archives. I haven't thought that far ahead about what I'll do about the Twitch channel once I eventually get married and have a family, but I'll figure out a routine for me that ensures I put my family first. It's a Geth Colossus. Gotta love the rad doll physics in this game. What? Okay. Time to change out equipment. I am too used to the lift to the rest of the ship being back there.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've, if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
He wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the
What's
freighter
the story
carrying?
behind your screen name?
What was Saren after?
It's a very long, long story.
All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was.
But it all centered around when I first got into Star Fox in middle school and Snow the Hero too. Hello, how are you tonight, my good sir? Starting to play this game, the whole trilogy. Well, make sure that you are comfortable on your couch. You have your favorite snack, your favorite drink, and your favorite blanket wrapped around you, because this is the type of game that you want to sit down and play for hours for. There's so much to find, so much to learn, so much to do, and the game kind of punishes you in Mass Effect 3 if you don't do the rest of the stuff in 1, 2, and 3. What it tried to do to Mass Effect in the first place, no? Well, there's still time to go make some popcorn. It's Friday. Gare Bear. I just realized, I don't think I updated my mods. see. I'm good. How are you? This game, lore-wise, that their Star Trek getting down on Friday. Fun. Like RPG, shooting sci-fi. That's how I want to play it. Also nostalgic, because I saw some growing up. Great song. Well. Yeah, Mass Effect. I first started playing it around my final year of high school, and I was hooked. I got grounded so many times in my last few months of my senior year because of how much time I spent in this game. And I regret none of it. Yeah, like, this was a game I could just sit on my couch and play for hours for. I'll convert all level 1 stuff to Omnigel. We'll get Tally the gear she deserves. I typically don't like to buy stuff from the store. I just like to use what I find on the ground. But after I beat Metal Gear Solid, game sessions and then away. I get that. My recommendation for you, like, if you want the complete, like, Legendary Edition is great. Like, they do have everything. The only, like, all the DLCs, but the only thing they're missing, I forget what DLC it was now because they lost the code for it. But in the original trilogy set, they have all the DLCs for 1, but you still have to buy them for 2 and 3, which you can easily get on Steam. So I recommend the original trilogy rather than the Legendary Edition. And also, if you want some additional funsies, they made comics and they've made novels. I own all the comics. I only own, I think, a few of the novels. But the only problem is I just like to keep reading Revelation. That one is my favorite out of all of them. Has been. Yeah. Homeworlds and Evolution were my favorite. Alright, so we're in Hong on the planet Casbin. So Homeworlds is basically a little bit of Tally's backstory, just as she's starting out on pilgrimage before she meets up with Shepard. For Garrus Vakarian, it's a little bit into his backstory, as well as him finding himself in the current predicament he was in Mass Effect 2. Evolution is one of the prequels, if you will, to Mass Effect 1. Basically, it takes place around the time of the First Contact War, or Shang-Chi. And it actually involves our rogue Spectre. We're hunting down Saren. And what people don't realize is it also features the Elusive Man before he even took on that moniker of the Elusive Man. I don't know how I could even begin to describe it to you, how Saren is just my all-time favorite character in Mass Effect. He's not really much of a villain as much as he's just a tragic anti-hero. For context, he was the youngest Turian ever to become a Spectre. Because around the time of the First Contact War, he was barely 18, and then not even like a year or two later, he was named a Spectre. And it didn't take long for him to become the Council's top agent. He was very good at what he did. So you got to know a little bit of him and a little bit of his backstory. And that's also the same thing in Revelation. Because in Mass Effect 1, you understand a bit of Captain Anderson's backstory and how he knows Saren personally. Or interacted with Saren. Like, this was also a Mass Effect 1 prequel, and you get to you get to know a little bit on Saren's backstory, as well as how he found his flagship, the Reaper. How he found the Reaper. And when you think about it, he was indoctrinated for about 20 years. And the funny thing is the Illusive Man was indoctrinated for much longer. I still despise the Illusive Man because they just tried to recreate Saren. And if they were gonna do their whole Deus Ex Machina resurrection thing in Mass Effect 2, they might as well have just brought back Saren. Oh, I would have loved that. And just for a fun random trivia tidbit, the actor behind that voiced Saren, you'll probably heard his voice in Gears of War, Overwatch, StarCraft, date everything, maybe Halo Infinite, the Kung Fu Panda cartoons, the Avengers cartoons. Yep. I'm just a sucker for trivia. Let me know if the stream is still going and ducking or just being bad for y'all or buffering. Cause like I said, I'll probably end stream if Twitch just continues to have a bad day. Come on. It's also not uncommon for Spectres to try to have multiple proteges in the Spectres, because Nihilus was one of Saren's. The other one was Avidus Rix. I don't know why I was about to call him Avidus Risk. But no, it's Avidus Rix.
Assuming control.
Snow Hero 2, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Blanket Fort, my good sir. Enjoy the Dancing Turian. That's your little sneak peek for Mass Effect 2. Welcome, welcome. Thank you again for the follow. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Google Air, it's most likely just on our end. Yeah, I keep getting 2000 when I have the stream preview up on my creator dashboard or my stream manager. And I'm thinking, Twitch. Unfortunately for everyone here, I could keep blathering on and on and on about the game and the different theories and other tidbits behind some of the characters, mostly Saren and Garrus. I think mostly Saren though. Everybody loves Garrus. Everybody loves Tally. But real quick thing is they are your truest of homies, the truest of friends. They have your back, no questions asked. But I don't want to go into too much detail about it until we get into Mass Effect 2. What are you doing, man? I just realized we're almost 10 away from my stream goal. This is so cool. We're almost there. Start my PC, make some popcorn, be right back. Okay, Office Demon, we'll see you in a bit. I actually didn't really eat anything at all today. I had breakfast. I made like a little mocha out of some hot cocoa and just add some espresso and a granola bar. I worked a little bit on stuff before I went to the Genius Bar to get my computer looked at, so I missed lunch. I was there for a long time and then stuck on the road for a long time because by the time I got out it was commute hour. So I was starving when I got home and I reheated and finished like the leftover 2/3 of my pizza. Leftover pizza. Then afterwards I had a smoothie. But I got plans to make brisket tomorrow, so here's hoping I can get a decently good meal. We love food here in the Blanket Fort. Traeger. Oh, Traeger. Alrighty, we're going to Tereshkova. Patamaus. Yeah, Antibar was where we need to go. Great. Great. It's this planet. Alright. Let's get this over with. Who's ready to see their first giant worm? This giant deadly worm. So first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save my game real quick. This is a Thresher Maw, ladies and gentlemen. Worth a lot of XP. There we go. What? There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Omnigel is also needed to repair your Mako. Look how much damage I took. Alrighty, well, we took out the Thresher Maw. So you know what? Go team. Oh. But if for those that want the full lore of Rose, once the asset is ready and I'm able to do the complete or the mostly complete overhaul of my Twitch, her complete story will be made available to y'all. This is not how you off-road people IRL. You would be severely injured if this was how you were off-roading. But the gist of Rose is 2 words. Star Wolf. Rose's lore goes so deep. An interesting thing I've read in a book about, in an essay about writing is if you're never satisfied with your work, then you're on the right track. Sometimes I settle for good enough, but I always think that I can always do so much more with my work. Could you imagine having a 6-wheeler of a truck like this? Alright, let's go check out this Geth outpost. Trying to see on Twitch on the other end, and I can kind of see it being a bit stuttery. Welcome back, Office Demon. I can start to see that it's stuttering if I were just watching it plainly. Oh yeah, rule of thumb here, don't try to snipe them. We got a prime! 2 primes!
Just one more outpost left.
How did I level up twice from that? You know, I'm not gonna question. How's the popcorn, Office? You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take us back to the Citadel real quick and to try to level up some more of my Paragon and Renegade stats.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking
No,
on
I
its own?
haven't. That sounds weird.
This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Alrighty, I guess let's go back to Citadel, clean up some things here, and try to level up our Paragon and Renegade a bit. I know there's still some keepers to scan.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
So, one thing I want to know for certain is... Yeah, we found 17 of the keepers. Don't remember if I got this one or not. The good news is I actually got my first full night's sleep in I think 2 days last night. But hot flashes are not fun, and being on a monthly cycle isn't fun, but it is what it is.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
If I remember right. Okay, we got that one. I know we got the other one in CSEC.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
Elcor Hamlin. Let's see, how can I do this? With extreme passion. To be or not to be. Yeah, we got this one. Who cares about you, Dr. Clay Michelle? You've tried to steal Arturian when he is not yours. This is still gorgeous. Wow. Citadel is incredible. Absolutely astounding. Now that I think about it, let's do this other mission real quick.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
Sounds good. Some of the others are going for a no.
Looks like they bounced their signal off a relay. I'll trace the new signal.
If you do not mind me asking, how do you feel about hunting a Turian?
Saren is either a traitor or a madman. Taking him down will restore the good name of Turians everywhere.
Things are different among my people. There are so few of us. We are expected to be loyal, even when it is difficult.
Okay, we got that one. We got that one by Avina. No? What if that's bugged? Pay attention to this, y'all. Pay attention. Well, not Shepard, but pay attention to that statue of that relay. That will become very important much, much later.
Another relay. Whoever it is, they're somewhere on the Pacific. This is it. I'll see if I can find out where those stolen credits are going.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
Or not.
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
You're not just a program or a VI. You're an AI.
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had systems installed that when activated properly, approximate a self-destruct mechanism. If you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Can't we resolve this peacefully?
How can you say that to this thing? You know it will turn on us.
I am not naive, human. All organics must destroy or control synthetic life forms. I wished to escape, but if I must die, I will ensure that you are destroyed as well.
There's no way you could get explosives onto the Presidian.
Not raw explosives, no. But I did obtain technical systems that, when overstressed, will explode quite effectively. If you attempt to leave or attack me, I assure you that the explosion will kill you.
Where is your creator now?
In order to cover my tracks, I falsified his financial records. These new records were flagged by CSEC officers, and my creator is now serving time in a Turian prison.
What is the purpose of your self-destruct device?
I have no means of defense or escape. My existence is limited to this terminal, and I knew I might eventually be discovered. But I will not die quietly, and I will not die alone. When I am terminated, I will take organics with me.
Who made you?
A would-be thief illegally created a simple AI to help him funnel money from the gambling terminals. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me before the organic discovered the malfunction and terminated the AI.
If you're sentient, why are you still running the credit theft operation?
If I accumulated enough credits, I intended to have myself installed in a small starship. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the possibility of partnership.
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
You may attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy defeating you before we are both destroyed.
Yeah, no, you were effectively trapped. If you do try to move away, everything does explode and you die. I've tried that my very first playthrough.
Got a moment, Spectre? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
I eliminate them, and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
While I appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you. You are the first human Spectre, and you are doing important work for humanity. I have no interest in red sand or slavery. Anyone who does deserves to die. Our needs are aligned.
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures, but their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you at the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
And then we still have to go back to the embassy. The point of interest points to Avina here. Oh, excuse me, my dear. My goodness.
Allow me to be your guide.
Strained greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
I know who revealed your secret. It was a Turian named Septimus.
Unbelieving. I know this Septimus.
Thank you.
He could not learn my secrets. The only way he could learn them is from the Asari consort.
Here, there should be proof enough for you.
Confused. This is difficult to fathom. If the Turian could learn this on his own, dismayed, anyone can discover my secret.
Septimus is a powerful man, and it wasn't easy for him to find.
Relieved. I suppose you are correct, human. Thank you for this information. Startled realization. I must speak with the consort. She will be most displeased with my actions. Anxious request. Please, human, if you will excuse me, I must go now.
I'm sure she'll forgive you. It was an honest mistake.
Doubtful. Perhaps you are right, human. I can only hope so. Thankful. That was a great thing you did, Commander. Approving. You see, Din, not all humans are as you say.
I'm sure your clan stands to profit from this in some way.
Aha. One more keeper to find. I'm tempted to check the human embassy just in case. How's the stream now for all y'all? Is it stable? Like, has it stabilized? Is it worse? Or is it still the same? Okay, I got this keeper. We got Executor Palin's office. Ironically enough, he's pretty racist too. Okay, we do need to go back to the consort. I'm just making sure that I've gotten the keepers here. Presidium's beautiful. It's constant daylight. The Citadel or Galactic Standard Time runs on 100 seconds, 100 minutes, and 24 hours. The time... That was the time established canon in Revelation. I asked, oh hi office, I asked if the stream stabilized or got worse or if it's still the same. I'll take that as the stream has not gotten better.
It's not strange. Many of us have felt the same calling. Though you are the first of your kind to respond to it.
Really? I hadn't seen any of the heroes working here, but I don't know what that is.
No doubt you were just the first of many to come. It's only a matter of time until the species is spreading its wings.
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander. But I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see your skin, tough as the scales on any Turian, unyielding. A wall between you and everyone else, but it protects you, makes you strong. That strength is what kept you alive when everyone around you was dying. You alone survived. You will continue to survive. This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
You have quite a gift, Cheira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do. Never underestimate the power of words. Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Alcor ambassador, I would like you to have this small trinket.
What is it?
A small mystery. I've never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you. Remember my words, Commander Shepard. They will give you strength.
Dang it. There's one more somewhere. I don't know where. I suspect it's in the lower wards.
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And they also say that you don't take crap from anybody. You're showing them what humans can do. Hey, can I get your picture?
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
You're a hero, Shepard. Decades from now, humanity's going to remember you. And I'll have your picture. Just hold up your gun.
Seriously, Conrad?
Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
It's a wonder how that man is married, but it's not for me to decide or judge. Maybe I'll look down upon it just a little bit.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop.
You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
It tells me I need a quick check. I want to figure out where this last one is. Now that I think about it, did I get that one in the alley? Yes, I did. The only logical conclusion I can think of is that the last one is either in the Presidium or the council chambers. Or in Citadel Tower. And you restarted your PC too? Oof. Yeah, I guess it's just a bad day for everyone, I suppose.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the counselor's assistants.
Aha! Well, that's quite the mission to level up on. Okay. Well, we got everything on the Citadel so far now.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
Let's get back to CSEC. And let's get back into the Normandy, and we'll call it here. Just call it there, because it sounds like nobody's having a good time trying to watch Twitch, and I'm sorry about that.
Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Alrighty, we'll call it here because it looks like Twitch is just having a bad day, and I'm really sorry about that, all y'all. I don't know why Twitch is having a bad day, but I guess it's just one of those things, you know. But anyways, we'll probably call it here early for Mass Effect Friday, and then next week, with luck, we can try to do the asteroid and then try to go get Liara as we keep exploring. But with that in mind, thank you guys so much for tuning in to tonight's stream. If you enjoyed the stream, at least while it was still working, don't hesitate to click on that purple heart to leave a follow, and also consider becoming a bow. Join the Subbo squad and subscribe. And I quickly want to say thank you to all of the current bows in the Subbo squad. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. We'll be live again tomorrow-ish at around 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We run from 5 to 9 on Saturdays because I go to sleep early in preparation for Sunday morning worship. But if you want to be notified as to when I go live next, I recommend you follow the Twitter just in case Twitch notifications are weird. And if you want more content from me, I recommend you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're enjoying the good vibes here, you want to keep engaging with the community, then I recommend you join the Ultimate Blanket Fort. Join the Discord community. We're nice and cozy in here. It's a great way to meet new people, be kept up to date on any Discord events we're having, as well as any updates to the Twitch and stream, and you can be notified of recent uploads to YouTube. Make sure you're there tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, as we're going to be watching some more Justice League. We're currently on season 2. And with that in mind, thank you guys so much for tuning in to tonight's Mass Effect Friday stream. Thank you guys so much for the follows, the good vibes, and all the subs. Enjoy that blanket fort and stay cozy, especially as it gets colder, closer to winter. And with that in mind, I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night.